What's going on, good people? How we doing? Actually, let me go ahead and move that for a second. Happy Saturday, everybody. How's everybody doing? Getting my graphics together. Hopefully, everybody had a good start to their weekend. Before we get started, let me know if the audio is good. Let me know if the visual is good. Give me a thumbs up in the comment section, or just tell me I'm good in the comment section. How's everybody doing? See, a lot of people already in the building. Shout out to the over 50 people in the building already. Make sure you hit that like button. Let the algorithm know that we in the building, and the algorithm will let other Giants fans know that we are in the building. Let me back this camera up just a little bit, a little close, a little close. All right, quick roll call. Shout out to my man Tony Benino in the building. Said Coach Harbaugh didn't even start yet, and the Giants on paper are looking a lot better. Listen, it is what it is. Stephen R says Knicks in 4. Bring out the broom tomorrow, man. I think it's safe to say we might be able to bring out that broom tomorrow. I hope so. Hopefully we can close it out, get Philly out the way. You already know how I feel about Philly. Chris says our D is big. Question mark. Is a big what? Is a big what? Chris, let me know what you're talking about, man. Might have to pause that. Shout out to my man Guy in the building. What's going on, Guy? He says should be a great show. I hope so, man. I hope you guys enjoyed today's show. We got some things to talk about, of course. The rookies are in the building. UDFA's in the building. Had some tryouts also in the building. It's been a week. Last week we didn't have DJ Reader. That's going to be one of the starting topics for tonight. Is we were finally able to get DJ Reader. Last week's title of Late Night Giants Talk was Where's Reader? Well, Reader's in New York. Signed, sealed, and delivered. Real G, what's going on? Said, what's good, Dash? Hey, yo, the clip NYG played on Out of Pocket was what? Bell did Adam dirty. What are you talking about? I missed it. So the clip. Yeah. Le'Veon Bell. You talking about last week's show with on the Aboriginal Network? Yeah. He played Adam Gase for sure. Rashid says, long time listener, first time catching you live, representing Dirty Jersey. Let's shout out to Jersey in the building. Shout out to Jersey in the building. If you're from Jersey, stand up, man. Shout to everybody too, man. But shout out to Jersey. That's my home. Vinny says, salute Big Dash. Steve also said Aces got spanked on opening day by 33 points. I didn't even see it. Thank you for sharing that news with me. Didn't even know the Aces lost their first game. Lakers got screwed game 2 by the refs. You guys talking basketball. We're going to talk a little bit of football today. Not even a little bit. A lot of bit of football. Real G says, hear me out. Left side, Neil. Hold on. We going over the offense. Let me put a star on this comment because I'm gonna come back to this comment later when we start that part of the show when we go over the offensive side of the ball. Last week we went over the defensive side of the ball. This week we're gonna go over the offensive side of the ball. Stacy, what's going on? He says, Dash, are you ready for the season? I'm gonna hit the fast forward button, man. If I'm gonna be real with everybody, I need the season to be here already. I need the season to be. That's how I feel right now, man. Just seeing these guys on the field, man, seeing the rookies. Well, we've been seeing the players on the field already, but seeing the rookies, I can't wait to see Reese out there with the vets. I can't wait to see Hood out there with the vets, Fields, the whole rookie class. I can't wait to see these guys. Maui Noah, I can't wait to see these guys out there with the vets, man. They good pressers too today. Good pressers. You know, you had Harbaugh. We're gonna talk about some of the comments Harbaugh made. Then you got Reese, you got Fields, you got Maui Noah. You got Hood that were all, at the presser today. So that was pretty dope. Mr. February says, good evening, team. What up, Dash? What's going on? Actually, let me put the comments so you guys can see it as well. Show love to the people in the building. Again, please hit that like button on the way in. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. All right. He said, that's wild. Shout out to my man Tyrone Hall in the building. Big Blue Reborn is also in the building. Said my man Dash, I'm hype. He's had to say it 3 times. We finally get to see our rookies in action. Yeah, I'm hyped. I'm hyped about that, man. And again, no pads, obviously. And also no music today. We saw that. No music today. Somebody made that comment. Where's it at? Mr. February says rookie camp started. The boys out there with no live music on. Harbaugh said the only music he wants to hear is the sound of football. Old school, man. Old school. How many times? Hopefully, obviously, I hope the DJ still has a job. Somebody got to DJ the games and all that, but no DJ during practice. Maybe it might have just been a rookie minicamp thing. Now, if we get into the OTAs, because I haven't heard many people mention with a lot of just the voluntary workouts if there were music being played, but we know under Dable. You can hear the music in the clips. You know what I mean? So if that's how he wants to run his show, let him run his show the way he wants to. Bookend, what's going on? Deb Ellis, what's going on? Joan Joester. You said, what up, Dash? I'm early for once. I'm happy you were here early, man. It's a good show to be early too, man. Good show to be early too. D Hoff says, was waiting all day for this. What up, Dash? What's going on, man? I'm glad for the excitement, man. I'm excited too, man. Shout out to everybody, man. We got to get this thing going. I see everybody in the comment section, man. Luann, what's going on? Money Mike, what's going on? Q Burrow, brother, what's going on? Says up, Dash. He said, let's get party started, right? Let's get this party started quickly. Now we're quoting songs. But I'm here for that. Mr. Handsome in the building said, yo, what up, bro? What's going on? What's going on, everybody? One NYG man in the building said, what's up? Love that hat. Where can I get one? It should be in the link. Actually, I didn't get a chance to put it in the link for this one. Just go to the bio. You'll see the link for this hat. Along with some other hats. I got them all out here too, man. I got the, make the Giants great again joint. Got the Giantology joint. All that stuff is in it. It's in the shop, man. Shameless plug. My man Mark Thompson in the building. What's going on, Mark? Said, howdy, Dash. Lots of things to talk about. Meant to send you a note, but time got away. You know what it is, man. I send them in the chat. We can talk about it, man. We got some things to talk about for sure. He says, pause on it. Yeah. Pause on that. Heavyweight champ is in the building. Said, woo. Milk Duds in the building. Said, hope we dunk on the NFC East like Robinson on a weak knee Embiid. That's a fact. All on that man's back. Disrespectful. Just the way I like it. Disrespectful. Oh, man. Put him on a t-shirt. Don Shiraz said, salute, Big Dad. All right, we got to get started, man. We're going to get started. Shout out to everybody. I see everybody in the building. Wilderness Scout in the building. Oh, man. Shout out to everybody. My man Selly in the building. What's going on? Oh, man. Still Maxic Ear. What's going on? All right, here we go. Let's get to some of this talk already. Let's see if we get here. All right. So like when I started the show, I said last week we did not have DJ Reader yet. This week we have DJ Reader. What a difference a week makes. And I'm happy, man. When we got that news, I was like, you know what? Fantastic. I was happy with Shelby Harris. I was okay with Lakey Fotu. I'm sitting here like we still need that that wall of a man at nose tackle. Lakey Fotu, like I said, he's a good rotational guy. Shelby Harris, good guy, but rotational. But having DJ Reader, man, it made me feel like the defense, for the most part, right now on paper, is complete. I like the way this defense is shaping up. Now, Denard Wilson gets a chance to be creative and stuff like that. And speaking of creative, man, remember how I said I don't like when we put old names on current regimes and current rosters. We said the Big Blue Wrecking Crew, there's not going to be another Big Blue Wrecking Crew. The NYPD for that one fluke year we had, we're not going to say that. The NASCAR package. I was like, let's not just start labeling people. And then today during the presser, Brandon Brown said it out his own mouth, NASCAR package. So for right now, it's like, okay, if Brandon Brown can say NASCAR package, everybody else can say NASCAR package. It is what it is. That's what we're doing. We're calling it the NASCAR package already. I'm good with it. So, but before we get to the next point, though, as far as DJ Reader, let me know how you guys feel about it. Are you way more comfortable with the defense now that we have DJ Reader? Let me know in the comment section. You can just say yes. You can put your thoughts in there as well. My man says, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't recall a time when vets watched rookie camp. Shout out to the vets that attended rookie camp. Great way to build early chemistry. Now, shout out to those guys, man. I don't have the list of the players, but yeah, man. I think a lot of people realize what's happening. That there's a change in the building. There's a vibe. The vibe is different in the building, and they want to be a part of it. They want to be in the building. They want to be around. They don't want to miss days when there's football happening at 1925 Giants Drive. They want to be a part of it no matter what. So I'm loving that enthusiasm for sure. That's a great point, Seti. Deb Bella says, love the Reader signing. That's a fact. Rashid Brown says, yes. Dutch Dillon said, yes. Yeah, man. I like all these moves. That's what Bookend says. I like all the moves. Me too, man. Leah Luca, what's going on? Leah Luca says, love it. Yes. DJ Reader, thumbs up from Mr. February. Corky, what's going on? Corky says, yes. Bookend, I already know Bookend. It's all about the trenches, Bookend, at the end of the day. He says, yes, we need the front D line to tote the line and let the linebackers work. That's a fact. Kevin Sullivan, what's going on? He says, much improved. The sum is better than the individual parts. See, there we go. I'm glad you said that. That's a great point. Obviously, he who shall not be named is gone. And a lot of people worrying about replacing that particular person. No, it's not about replacing them. It's not about replacing them. It's about finding the best guys. Finding the best guys to suit this defense now. After such and such left, we have to find a way to pivot and add these bodies to the defense. And I think we did a good job doing it. It's not one person trying to place one person. It's a rotation now on the defensive line. It's about fresh legs, constant aggressive play, getting after the ball. And I like the way this rotation is going to look. Just on paper alone, we went over it last week before we got DJ Reader, and we talked about these guys being rotated in. You're talking about DJ Reader now as you're starting nose tackle, Shelby Harris, if it's the man with the three names on the line as well. But then you got Lake Kufotu, you got Darius Alexander, who I think is going to be the starter. You got Chauncey Golston on the line as well, too. I'm liking the rotation of players. When we talk about that NASCAR package from the first Super Bowl, we talk about the rotation of players. Some guys that don't even get the shine that they should. Barry Cofield didn't get the shine. What's the other guy? Dave Tollefson. He's another one. Didn't get the shine that he should and stuff like that. What's the other guy's name? He's from Jersey too, man. Jay Alford. Jay Alford's another one. That didn't get the shine that they should as part of that rotation on that defensive line. So I'm here for that. Big Blue Reborn says vets in the building because they want to see what Harbaugh is about. Now, that's a fact. One comment that I saw from the beat writers today, they were saying this is their first time actually seeing Harbaugh on the field. And I'm like, wait a minute, what you mean it's the first time seeing Harbaugh on the field? They were doing workouts. You telling me the Harbaugh wasn't on the field for those workouts? It was just the coordinators and the positional coaches? So I guess so. So that was news to me. Kind of shocked me a little bit. Stephen R. says Reader signing was a mandatory. It was mandatory, not optional. True. Very true. Very true. JDJ, what's going on? Said, got to flood the field with as many fat guys as possible. No disrespect. Tired of being bullied in the trenches and watching linebackers not even touch ball carriers. Talk about it, man. Talk about it. We are building an actual team, not just a collection of players. That's what we had issues with over the past couple of years. And I was so mad. What's the guy's name? He's a former GM, not Lombardi. Is it Lombardi? I think it was not Lombardi. It was a guy. He ended up going. He was with the Patriots for a while. I can't remember the guy's name, but he was saying when it came to the Giants, it was more like a collection of players rather than a team. And then now you look at this team. Fred Robbins was another one. I see somebody said Robbins. Okay, yeah. But he was saying it was a collection of players, not necessarily a team. And now look at us. We look like we're building a team the right way. So I'm here for that, man. Sign me up for that. Q Burrow brother says, yes, Reader will take some space like a bad roommate. That's funny. Tyron Hall says, by the way, Big Dash and NYG Cap is on the salute to you. Thank you for the love and support, man. And I've been seeing it too, man. Shout out to everybody that's been buying the hats. I've seen people buying T-shirts. I've seen people buying some of the other hats. I try to throw some more options out there. I had somebody email me, say, hey, Dash, man, I really don't do the flat brim hats. I said, say no more. I said, give me like a half an hour. I'll throw some truckers out there. Get you some truckers and some other stuff out there. And hopefully he was happy with the purchase. And let me know, man, for the people out there that are getting these, I would love to hear the feedback, man. Let me know if you like the product or not, man. Let me know. For sure. Real G says, who's playing backup center depth? We're going to talk about it. You see the sections on here, the talking points, right? Right now we're on the Reader section. We're gonna talk about the 4 rookies that we did sign, and we still got 3 to go. We got rookie minicamp, presser, and then the last one is offensive roster review. We're gonna talk about the roster, and that center spot is very, very important. But there are some options that we can talk about. some options that we can talk about that can possibly get us where we need to be. Again, you can't build the entire team back in just one off season. It might take a little bit of time, but I do expect the Giants to be competitive in 2026. I want to push for the playoffs if I'm going to be honest. A lot of people want to slow roll it. Let's wait and see what's going to happen. Nah, man, I'm full steam ahead, man. We got to go. I'm ready to go after it. Greg Farrell, what's going on? He said, what up, Dash? Here he said, here we go. Let's get it on. Still looking good already. He said, let's get hyped. Greg from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, by the way, Brooklyn, New York. Shout out to Myrtle Beach. Shout out to my man Greg from Brooklyn. What's going on, Greg Farrell? How you doing? Hopefully you're having a good night. Cringy Grinchy says, CC sounds like a natural at guard to loving what. Yeah, let's get to the next section because now we spilling the beans a little bit. Shout out to my man TP Way is in the building. I know you guys been waiting to see TP Way, waiting for the return of TP Way. What's going on, TP? If you're not subscribed to my man TP Way, what are you doing, first of all? What are you doing? And also, TP Way, man, good to see you. Good to see you, brother. All right, let's get to some of these super chats. Real G. I'm sorry, not Real G. Nate says, every year I talk myself into thinking the season is going to be different. Am I finally right? I hope you're right. For my sake, I hope you're right. I think it's taking less and less talking into for me, though. Last year was about hope, spinning things, but it was mainly hope for the best. I was hoping that the New York Giants were going to be good. I was hoping that Brian Dable was going to get it together. I was hoping that adding Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston and Jackson Dart was going to help this offense. I was hoping that Cam Scatterbo was going to do some things. I was hoping that this defense was going to get it together. It was about hope. And even though we did play better last year, we played better in some cases. We were leading in a couple of fourth quarters, and then we kept choking. And it became the same old Giants, but this time, I think we are right, Nate. I think we're gonna be all right. I think we're gonna be all right. It's gonna be all right, right? Ghost Dog, what's going on, Ghost Dog? Another fantastic Giants content creator in the building. He says, salute to the mighty Big Dash. Yeah, mighty Joe Young, for sure. Now, man, salute to you, Ghost, and salute to you for all the hard work that you put in the consistent content that you put out for the people out there. Make sure you go ahead and give my man Ghost Dog a follow as well. Yeah, we got to get to it. So I'm gonna keep moving along. Hashtag stop the run. I love it. I'm going through the comments already, getting caught up. I see it already. I got to get to the bottom of the comments. So I apologize if I missed your comments. Shout out to my big brother in the building. What's going on? What's going on, big bro? How you doing, man? How the family doing? How's everybody doing over there, man? Nixon 4, let's go. Bring out the broom, man. It's gonna be some sweeping happening. It's definitely gonna be some sweeping happening. All right, here we go. Oh, I hope so. Yeah. All right, here we go. Shout out to Lori Maloney in the building. What's going on, Lori? Also, I want to say this to all the mothers that are watching out there. Tomorrow's Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to everybody. Happy Mother's Day to my own mother. But shout out to all the mothers out there. And also your sisters, your aunts, your grandmas, all the people that are mothers out there. Make sure you show love and let them know Happy Mother's Day to all those people, man. A lot of phone calls are please tomorrow. Shout out to my man Joe Ferris in the building. Here you go. Joe always going. He says same stuff every year. Ninjas, content creators, bullish. The vibes are different. I need to see some wins. Charlie Brown just missed the football. He will kick it next time. Thanks, Big Dash. Number one content creator supporters. Listen, today's date is what? It's May 9th, Joe. These guys ain't going to be on the field for another, 3 months, man? 4 months. 4 months. When the games count. 4 months. I can't mope through it, man. I can't mope through the summer. I can't do it. I'm not gonna mope through the summer, man. Yeah, plus, man, you've been vibing long enough. You know the cycle. You know how Big Dash gets in this cycle. Third person is crazy. But you know how I get in this cycle, man. You know this. I told everybody what the cycle is. It goes to hope to full-on depression, back to building up hope to full-on depression. That's been the cycle. I'm hoping for a change this year. They say what you got to think about it first before it happens. And I'm going to keep on thinking about it. You already know what it is, though. I know you know. I absolutely know you know. All right, so we got 4 rookies that signed. I'm gonna get into that. We got 4 rookies that signed. Obviously the 3 6-rounders, and then Malachi Fields. These guys are signed. We're still waiting on Hood. I even checked right before the show started. Still waiting on Hood. Still waiting on Maui Noah. Still waiting on Arvell Reese. Speaking of other linebackers that signed that are also top 10 picks, was it Sonny Styles signed? He got his deal. I never understood what took so long for some of the first rounders to sign. Like the whole damn rookie wage scale is like it's already set for the most part. Now I know guaranteed money and how much you get as far as a bonus goes, those can be different. But I'm just saying. I'm saying what takes so long with some of these guys getting signed? You know the money you're making. You know the money that you're making. We should get these guys signed. Also, next week the vets will be in the building mingling with the rookies. I would love to have everybody signed and secure. You know what I mean? No many holdouts. I don't think there's going to be any kind of holdouts. I think we should have moved around enough money, but we don't really have to get under the cap for real until we get closer to the season. But I just want pen to paper. I just want pen to paper. Q Brother says happy. Hold on, where'd it go? Q Brother says happy Mother's Day to my mother. Rest in peace. My rest in peace to your moms, man. I love you always. Now shout out to moms, man. Shout out to moms and rest in peace to moms, man. And anybody else out there that lost their mother, that's a tough thing to deal with. So you know what? Rest in peace to all the moms out there as well. Leo Lucas says, isn't the signings of rookies you would think so, right? You absolutely would think so. I would think so. But Milk Does says Sonny Styles want to be Reese so bad he chose 52. Oh man, Gay for Reese is crazy. I hate to break it to you, Milk Does. The Commanders released their jersey numbers before us, man. And I think they waited too long. And then yes, Styles actually had it first. Styles had it first. And then, and I'll tell you what, though, I like the 52, but they also said that these are just rookie minicamp numbers. So we don't even know if he's going to keep that number. At the presser, they asked him about 52. He said it don't mean nothing to me. It was just a number. So we'll see what happens. He might change his number. So for all the people out there that might want to jump the gun and get a custom jersey made with the Reese just so you can be the first one with the 52 Reese, I will pump the brakes right now. I suggest for the people out there, don't buy a jersey yet. Don't buy a jersey yet. You saw what happened for the people that bought the Abdul Carter jerseys. What happened with that? You know what I mean? So pump the brakes on buying jerseys right now. Respectfully. Coffin says, hey, Dash, I'm also looking for the no ping pongs in a locker room. So we're going to stop the music at practice, and also we getting rid of the ping pong tables. That's what we doing. Whatever works, I'm here for it. Whatever works. What Captain America say? Marvel, whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. No ping pong tables. You know what I mean? No croissants in the morning, no scones. Whatever it takes. Ghost Killer, what's going on? Said, what up, Dash? She says, let's go Giants. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. First year without grandma. SIP and love. Well, rest in peace to the grandmas, man. Rest in peace to the grandmas, too. Grandmas need love, too. Like I said, your grandmas, your aunts, your sisters, all the mothers out there. All the mothers out there, show them some love, man. They got a hard job. Raising babies is a hard job, especially if you raise them right. Well, even if they turn out bad, it's still a hard job. So much love and respect to all the mothers out there. Book and Tackle says 52 looks good. It does. It really does. When I saw, because I was thinking like 55 for Reese, but I saw the 52. People already talking on Pepper Johnson and Ray Lewis and all this other stuff. And I'm sitting there, that 52 looks good. I'm sorry, it does. I know a lot of the younger people out there, they like the single-digit numbers. They like the numbers in the teens and stuff like that. I still like a traditional linebacker number. I understand why these players wanted to do that. I switched my number my senior year to a single-digit number because before that, like the seniors had all the single-digit numbers. So I understand why they, the allure of the single digit number, but that damn 52 look nice. It looks nice on Reese for sure. For sure. That's what's up. Radiant says, I got 2 W moms. I biological and a stepmom, both W's. Dad passed away 5 years ago. Rest in peace to the pops, man. Rest in peace to pops, man. But nah, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. The more the merrier, right? Especially if they good. Hold on. Where we at? I saw another one from Radiant says, I'm happy for Reese's Cups and Reese's Pieces. Yeah. All right. So let's talk about, actually, before we do that, man. Shout out to the people that voted. It wasn't like a real vote. We didn't really tally, but in the comment section for one of the workout videos, I asked you guys, what positional group you wanted to review first, and it ended up being, I was number 4. I've seen you. I switched from 47 to 4. That's a fact. that's a fact. But yeah, y'all. So we did the videos. We did the video about the linebacker. So I do want to throw this up really quickly, just a graphic, right? The 90-man roster. If you haven't got a chance to watch that video, make sure you guys take time to watch that video. But the first video's out. We talked about the linebackers, 90-man roster review heading into the summer. And like I said, we were able to talk about it a little bit, but I want to talk to you guys about it. Obviously, a massive upgrade from last year to this year. Massive upgrade. I don't know, Stephen R. I don't know why he didn't wear 88. I think 87 is available. I don't know if 88 is available, but damn 0 ain't available either, and he took that one. So I don't understand that at all. Let me see something. I'm all caught up on super chats. Okay, cool. But the linebackers, let's keep it on topic, because we got a tendency to shift, and we are moving along in the show already 30 minutes in. My man Milk Does said it's 165 people watching and only 65 likes. Got to be the Foreskins, the Sheagles, and the Cowgirl fans. I don't know. But if you're in the building, if you're watching, take the time to just go ahead and hit that like button. It does more than you know. Milk Does. Thank you for having my back there. But again, so we're talking about these linebackers, right? And the New York Giants, normally, past regimes, have kept 4 to 5 linebackers, right? And with 4 to 5 linebackers, if we keep 4, Darius Musa was going, in my opinion. If we keep 5, Darius Musa was there, but Darius Musa might be on the bubble. And the only reason why I say Darius Musa might be on the bubble is because I think Zaire Barnes, with what he did last year, he gave us a little bit more in less games and fewer snaps than what Darius Musa gave us. But I think we already know what's a lock. Tremaine Edmonds, Reese, lock. McFadden, I believe, is a lock as long as his foot is good. He's a lock. He's a third guy coming off. Well, I should say the first guy coming off of the bench. And then Jack Kelly, there's no doubt in my mind. I already feel like Jack Kelly's better than Darius Musa. There's some people that tell you that Jack Kelly's already better than Micah McFadden. I'm saying pump the brakes a little bit. The Viltrumite might be better. Might be better. Omni-Man's son might be better. We got to see him in action, though. Love that he's a captain, but I believe Micah McFadden was also a captain at Indiana, and also we had Micah McFadden for 4 years already. But Jack Kelly, Micah McFadden, Arvell Reese, Tremaine Edmonds, as far as a linebacker group core of guys, I think it's fantastic. Real G says keep 4. The only reason why I say you should keep more than 4 is because of special teams purposes. Now, we saw Patrick Swayze is crazy. Swayze Boseman. We saw Swayze Boseman get released this week in order to make room for some of the UDFA signings. 4 people gone. Shout out to Elijah Chapman. Elijah Chapman got picked up by the Browns, too, for those that don't know. But Elijah Chapman got waived, fan favorite. Salute to him. I wish him nothing but the best, except for when, the Browns play the Giants, obviously, if he makes that roster. But salute to him for, he got waived by the Giants, but getting picked up pretty much the day after. So salute to him. He can continue his football career, or he has a chance to make another roster. But with Swayze Boseman going, Cam Jones made Swayze Boseman replaceable. But I don't know if Cam Jones is safe either, man. I don't know if Cam Jones is safe, because I think we keep more corners than linebackers, rightfully so, because we're going to be playing with 5 DBs on the field. But I think I think that's where the numbers are going to be. Because we've seen sometimes where the Giants kept 6 off-ball linebackers, and I'm like, for what? For what? I'd rather have an extra lineman, extra offensive line or something like that. But, that's how they do things. But Tremaine Edmonds, Arvell Reese, Micah McFadden, Darius Smooth, not Darius Smooth, Jack Kelly, then Darius Smooth battling Zaire Barnes for that final spot. That's why I have it, man. Let me know what you guys think in the chat, man, as far as who's your top 5. Well, don't even out of the bubble guys, man. Darius Musa, Zaire Barnes, if you feel like even participating in that vote, if it's even worth the vote, respectfully, I say that. Tyrone Hall says, hope Jack Kelly lives up to the hype. I hope so too. And you know what's crazy? It's not even just hype. We see an aggressive linebacker, and we know that Arvell Reese is aggressive. We know that Tremaine Edmonds is aggressive, and we got used to, good, decent linebacker play with Bobby Okereke before. He kind of fell off, but he wasn't really that overly aggressive type, put lay the wood on people, pause type of linebacker. So now you got Edmonds that will do it, Reese that would definitely do it. Micah McFadden is pretty sure tackler too, but Jack Kelly is that type too. Jack Kelly gonna try to knock your helmet off. So we got aggressive linebackers in the building for the first time in a long time. And I think that competition that you'll see with some of those guys on the back end, like that's going to be, it should be a good battle between, Micah McFadden, Jack Kelly, and Muasau. Hopefully they bring the best out of everybody. But I am liking what this linebacker room is looking like. And somebody said they compared Jack Kelly. They said he's a defensive Cam Scatterable. So I said he reckless like that, then I'm here for it. If he running around reckless like Cam Scatterable at the linebacker spot, I'm here for it. Hopefully he still, plays smart. Stephen R says Reese is an edge. I'm glad you said that because I'll jump off. I'll jump off into another subject really quickly. Brandon Brown at the podium today. They asked some questions about Arvell Reese. They also asked John Harbaugh about Arvell Reese, and he said his title. His title is will linebacker, but he's going to be lined up all over the place. He said you're going to see him outside of the tackle sometimes. It's just due to the lineman. You might see him that far out. They're going to use him. They're going to use him all over the place. His title, like they said, his title is off-ball linebacker, but they already let you guys know, like, yeah, he's going to be lined up in some places where will linebacker might not line up normally. We just got to see this thing play out. So I see what you're saying, Stephen Arch with the wink. Reese is an edge. He's an edge. He's a hybrid. He's a tweener, whatever you want to call him. But he's ours. And he's wearing number 52 right now. And I love it. And he's aggressive. And I love that even more. King Chris TV says Edmonds, Reese, McFadden, Kelly, and Barnes. I can see that happening. I can see that happening. I already believe that Barnes is a better special teamer than Muasau. Muasau, like I said, he pure definition of a bubble player. He's on the bubble, man. And he needs to make some noise this summer. There's no loyalty to Muasau, especially with this coaching staff. Obviously, Joe Shane drafted him. So that's one thing. But Joe Shane drafted everybody but Edmonds, to be honest. That's ahead of him. So Barnes got a chance. Barnes definitely got a chance. Kevin Sullivan says Brandon Brown did a great job at the podium. Yeah, but he's always been a class act. Brandon Brown has always been a class act. Harbaugh was singing his praises today. I had some comments about Brown. I got it written down. He says he's great. He's on point, knowledgeable, great to be around, solid. All this stuff that John Harbaugh was saying about Brandon Brown. Got it in my notes. Handy Danny notebook is out today. I got the Handy Danny notebook today. Mr. February says linebacker room is ridiculous. That's a fact. Anthony Cherry says Joe Shane must have heard me when I said that Kelly was more than just a guy on special teams because he already said that he's going to use him in the blitz and on the line rushing the quarterback. Yeah, shout out to Joe Shane, right? Me saying shout out to Joe Shane. It is what it is. I don't think he's getting fired. A lot of people, I wouldn't cry if he got fired for sure because I wanted him going. I think he's going to be here now because after drafting as well as you draft on paper, having Harbaugh, they probably going to let him work through at least his contract. We'll see what happens. If you do not see him get his contract renewed before the season starts, then expect that man to be on his P's and Q's for the whole season. The whole season, because he still wants to be making the money that he's making. $5 million a year. He's probably comfortable in his home. His son is a quarterback at Don Bosco or whatever. So yeah, I'm pretty sure he doesn't want to try to find a job somewhere else and uproot his family. So he's probably going to be, doing his GM thing to the max. SMS Moon says Jack Kelly big knock is that he misses tackles a lot. He is a 6th rounder for a reason. Anyone draft pick can be something in the NFL, but I would pump the brakes on expectations. Glad you said that. And again, you see where I have him. I have him as a 4th linebacker. I don't have him as a starter. And to your point, he is a 6th round pick for a reason. And the reason why they say he misses a lot of tackles is because he's speeding. And sometimes he doesn't break down. He won't break down the way he's supposed to break down before the tackle. But he's full steam ahead, man. But again, yes, you're absolutely right. And I don't expect him to come off the bench, and before McFadden comes off the bench. But I think he's going to be good in special teams for sure. But I think the expectations are reasonable for Jack Kelly. Nobody's expecting him to start. He probably, just think about it. When we talk about snaps and stuff like that, if we're going to be honest, Jack Kelly probably he's somewhere around maybe 25 tackles on a year. Maybe 25 tackles. For a guy that's 4th on the list for middle linebacker, a lot of those tackles probably have to come from special teams, if we're going to be honest. And he has a nose for the ball. Let's not get that confused. And he's also captain. He's a smart player too. But again, 6th round pick for a reason. You're absolutely right. But we're not going to pump the brakes too much, man. We're gonna get these guys they flowers early, because we know what happens. If they start playing bad, they will never see flowers ever again in their life when it comes to New York. You already know what it is. Deshaun says Ravens gone young. He says, hold on, okay, I missed the comment. Deshaun said, whoever the Ravens let go, John will pick them up. I can't. He's a little bit guilty. He's a little bit guilty. They was mad about our Darius Washington leaving though. But like for Lele, we picked him up. They weren't going to re-sign him, that's for sure. I feel good about that situation. Well, actually, that's the offensive side. We're gonna talk about that in a minute. Let me go ahead and take the screen down right here. Okay, we're gonna talk about that offense in a minute. Let me get back to my comments. I'm sorry. All right, so let's talk about some of the other stuff in Hardball Presser. We already said that there was no music being played at the rookie minicamp. True. Somebody else said that the ping pong tables might be gone. That might be true. He talked about some of these UDFAs, man. He talked about the kicking competition. And guess what? We went from going through games with not having a kicker at all, in the past, to a competition that's going to be between 3 kickers. He talked about Zaveda, the kid from Michigan. He said that he's pretty big for a kicker. 6'3", almost 200 pounds. If that's big for a kicker, okay. I think the height wise is pretty tall for a kicker. Kickers usually run around here 6'3". But he was talking about, and again, his background is still special teams. Harbaugh comes from a special teams background. He was talking about Zaveda's kick and his swing like it was almost like a golf swing. He says he has a vertical swing with his legs, but it helps with accuracy. I don't know a damn thing about special teams when it comes to kicking field goals and nothing like that. So it sounds good to me. A vertical swing sound like golf talk to me. But if it helps with the kid's accuracy, sure. And also he has, one of the stronger legs in college football. We saw the clips going viral, him hitting 70-yarders, without pads. So I'm here for it. If he can kick in the MetLife win, I'm cool with it. If he can knock down the 70-yarder, I'm cool with it. Hopefully we ain't kicking too many 70-yarders at the end of the day. I'm hoping for that. Hurts for real. What's going on? What else did he say? I'm going through the notes. I told you he talked about Reese. Reese, he's a will linebacker by definition, but we'll see him all over the place. He said that that Arvell Reese did not have a single rep wrong so far, and I think Brandon Brown also said that he's doing everything correctly. I mean, obviously we talk about rookie minicamp, so take that with a grain of salt. But here he is, 20 years old. First time in the pro facility, first time on the pro practice field, and he's not making any mistakes already. So shout out to Arvell Reese for being prepared. What else I got? He talked about CC. He said that Maui Noah looks like a natural guard already. And then when CC was at the podium, he said that they asked him about the transition to guard and if anything was going to be hard. He said nothing's difficult. He just got to get used to it. He says that at tackle, obviously you have more room. He said when you're a guard, you're right there in the mix. You don't have a lot of time and there's not a lot of space. But he said there's nothing that he needs to get, nothing that he needs to learn, because he said that his coach in Miami, they cross trained the offensive line, so that's good. A good tidbit that I didn't know. So he's had snaps there before, but never like in a game. He said, but there's nothing that he needs to learn. He just needs to get used to playing inside and having people next to him on the right side and left side of him. And then when they talked about Fields, Malachi Fields, they also talked about Colton Hood too. Colton Hood got an interception today in rookie minicamp. He got an interception today. He actually peeled off his own guy and jumped the route. I believe he said of the running back. So you already see the football IQ from Colton Hood, and you saw it in rookie minicamp. So that just goes to show you what type of student of the game he is. Somebody said, who was Brandon Brown? Yeah, that's the assistant GM. He's been here. This is his fifth year here. But yeah, so Colton Hood got an interception today. Again, means nothing because it's rookie minicamp, but how he got it is pretty dope. And they talked about Fields today and just a big body wide receiver. Hood said he's quick, he's sneaky fast. A lot of people say his play speed is way faster than his 40. We've seen that not just at Notre Dame, but if you go look at his tape from Virginia, I hope for the people that don't know or didn't realize it, Malachi Fields, before he was at Notre Dame, he was at Virginia for a while. And if you want to see more of that receiving potential from Malachi Fields, go look at some of his Virginia highlights, and you'll see what the Giants have really. And I see why people are so excited about having Malachi Fields. But again, 6'4", 220 pounds, large catch radius. They talked about today him running a lot of slants, and getting a lot of slants, sure hands, stuff like that. Doesn't drop anything. Physical wide receiver and stuff like that. So that's that right there. 4 years at Virginia. That's what I'm saying. He was at Virginia for a while. Greg T in the building. What's going on? Says Fields is a quarterback converted to wide receiver. He played quarterback in high school. I didn't know that. I'm not a big high school guy. My man Dante from Gridiron Apex, man, he follows these kids from freaking from high school to college to the NFL. Man, he knows about these prospects before a lot of other people, man. And so when he sees people succeed in college, he already knows, man. So that's one of the top guys out there putting in the work, doing the homework, man. Gridiron Apex. That's why I had him on the show when I did. Shout out to those guys. Tom, what's going on? It says some of those picks out there of Carter. Where's his We talked about it. We talked about it. Like when you see Abdul Carter in a lot of the workout videos, you look at it, he's just fast. Coming off the ball, out of his stance, fast. That man don't look like he touched the weight at all, respectfully. He like muscle definition, nah. He is not there. It is not there. But you don't think power when you think Abdul Carter. You think finesse. You think speed. You think natural bend, getting to the quarterback. Some pass, spin move, pass stuff. You don't think just power. At some point in time, that man gonna have to spend the summer hitting the weights. We got to be honest. I seen his arms. Y'all seen his arms. This is not slander at all. You see him. That man need to put on some weight, man. He need to hit the weights. Speed is cool. Carter has a Planet Fitness body. I don't even know if he got that. And what's the other one called? What's the pink and yellow one? Is that Planet Fitness? Is that not the purple and yellow? What's that one? What's the other gym? I can't look Planet Fitness bodies. It's crazy. Nah, that's a fact. Q Burrow says that kid Colton is straight up hood. I see what you did there. A pick already. Now that's a fact. He got an interception already. Dude's been hanging out with Hyatt. What? He ain't gaining no weight. He on that he He ain't gaining no weight. And the funny thing about it is Hyatt hit the gym hard last year. Because he came into camp, he was like 20 pounds heavy almost. Didn't help at all. Didn't help him catch. Didn't help him get separation. He's still falling all over. I was so mad, man. Hyatt disappointed me so much. He didn't disappoint me more than Darius Slayton, but he damn sure disappointed me. It's called You Fitness Day. Nah, that's hilarious. SMS Moon said, I'm a big Notre Dame fan, and Phil got behind the defense a lot. He is faster than that 4.6 40. Now, yeah, he is. He is. You can see it. You can see it on tape, the game speed. I saw he ran down somebody, they got an interception. And he said, no, that's not 4.6 at all. That's not 4.6. I don't know what it is, but it's not 4.6, that's for sure. Maybe he 4.51, something like that. Maybe 4.52, possibly. You know, with a little extra motivation, he might be a 4.49 guy, but he's definitely not a 4.6 guy. Not at all. And even if he was, what was Puka Nacua? Puka Nacua was like a 4.56 guy. And he don't got no issues getting to the end zone at all. It's like Curve. It's one of them other gyms that he could go to, but Planet Fitness is funny enough. We're going to leave it there. Greg T says, and yeah, I follow these kids too because I always got a homie who kid is being recruited 5-star running back Sarah Baker. Shout out to him, DeSoto, Texas. Okay, he might be a monster coming out of DeSoto. Said Myson Johnson Cook out of East St. Louis. Okay. I know both of their pops. See, there we go. Again, I'm not heavy. I'm not heavy like that. You guys are heavy, man. I salute to you guys, man. College football is enough for me already. But if you got the passion to take it all the way to the high school level, and then the college level, then of course the NFL level, man, salute to you, man. Salute to you. I might not have the bandwidth for it, man, to be honest. Again, shout out to the over 150 people in the building. Make sure you hit that like button on the way in. Let the algorithm know we're in the building. Also shows the ultimate support for the channel. And if you're not subscribed to this channel and you're a New York Giants fan, shame on you. But you can fix that by hitting that subscribe button right now. Josiah says Fax Puka was a 4.5, CD with 4.5, yep, but have no trouble getting open. They don't, man. They don't. And again, I like the pick. I like the player. I like Malachi Fields. I hate that we had to give up a pick for him, but I like the pick, and he's a Giant here, so we ride with him. That's it. Orange Theory. There you go. Orange Theory. He got an Orange Theory body. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. You know what's funny though? We said this. We kind of said the same thing about Tibbs, man. When Tibbs first got here, and you looked at him, and it's like, yeah, he got to hit the weight room. It's the same thing with Carter, man. Carter got to hit the weights. Like natural ability is one thing, and you know what? Maybe he just, maybe he just might be naturally strong, or maybe it just takes him a little bit longer to get the muscle definition. But all I know is when I saw him walking on the field for the voluntary workouts, them arms look skinny to me. I ain't see it. I didn't see a tricep. I ain't see nothing. But see, whatever works, fam. Whatever works. Q Burrow says, hit the like button before I confiscate your lunch money and buy some Reese's Pieces with it. Thank you for backing me up, Q Burrow. Thank you for backing me up. Shout out to everybody that got my back in the comment section, man. Shout out to everybody that got my back, period, man. Also, before I forget, the schedule comes out May 14th. What day of the week is that? Somebody let me know what May 14th. Actually, I got my phone here. The schedule comes out May 14th. I'm trying to figure out what day of the week that is because damn sure need a special. That's Thursday. We might have to go live Thursday for the schedule release. We might have to talk about some things. You know what? That'll be my second question. That'll be my second question of the night. Who do y'all want week one? Who do y'all want week one? Do you want a division rival? Do you want the Titans? I think I want the Titans. I want to beat up on the Titans bad. They getting out of pocket. The fan base getting out of pocket in Tennessee. All the tighten up talk that's happening on Twitter and all this other stuff. They can't leave us alone, and then they blamed us for starting it when we didn't. We didn't start it. But let me know, man. Who y'all want week one? I got Simeon says Cowboys off the bat. He want the Cowboys off the bat. Okay. We got 2. We got 3 for the Cowboys. William also says Dallas week one. Big bro says, he said, I got your blood, damn your back, little bro. Now, I appreciate that. We already know what it is. Greg T says, Abdul looks more slim and light-skinned in that number 3. Timmy said, you look like Russ. You look like Russ in that number 3. I don't like the number 3. Can I be honest with y'all? I don't like the number 3 on Abdul Carr. They don't look right to me. Now, once he starts going crazy, it'll be fine. But I don't like it. I don't like the number 3. It looks weird to me. Yeah, it does. He said, Greg T says he wants the Titans. I hear you. Rev said the Commanders. Leo Lucas says the Titans. Greg T says, or the Indiana Jones led Colts. Hold on, we played the Colts this year? I don't think we played the Colts this year. I don't think so. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Stephen R says Philly. You know, I will always love to play Philly whenever. Mr. Cash says bring on the Eagles. Deb Ellis says I'm with you, Dash. Titans week 1. That's what I want, man. I want to shut them up like right off the bat. I want to shut up the Tennessee Titan fans, and that's a lot of build up too, man. Because if we the way they've been talking, right? Still, Max says bring me them bum ass Titans. The way that they've been talking, you guys see that. I don't know if y'all see. If you guys are on like Twitter, you see what's going on between the Titan fan base and the Giants fan base. Like it's starting to get. I'm starting to feel away. When I start feeling away, aggression happens. And then, trash talking happens. So just imagine this. If the schedule come out Thursday and we find out that week 1, not only would it be a home game, week 1, not only would the home opener, if we play the Titans, that means from May 14th all the way to September, whatever date is going to be for week 1, we get to talk trash back and forth with the Titan fans, and it might end up being something serious. But I want the Titans, man. The way they've been talking crazy. Yeah. JJ the King, what's going on? He says Titans week 1, so we can put them in their place. That's what I'm talking about. I'm trying to put pause on them, man. Beats by Dre, whatever you want to call it, man. Williams says I want Tennessee later when Malik has a few games already. Listen, again, that's logical thinking right there. That's not overly emotional like me. Maybe I want the Titans week 1 for the wrong reasons, but you're absolutely right. I want Malik Neighbors back, period. I don't know if he's going to be ready week 1. We've said that. But yeah, I see what you're saying. But at the end of the day, Dart was putting in work without Malik last year. He might have to put some work in without him too this year. We wasn't worried about it. Miguel Franco says Philly. King Chris says Dallas going to be real comp. I like that matchup. Yeah. Now that's a game where I want Malik Neighbors back for before we mess with Dallas. Not saying listen, it is what it is. Whoever is. As far as ratings go, week 1, they might want us to play Dallas. They might want us to play Philly just for the ratings, possibly. I don't know. Remember how many years in a row did we have Dallas week 1? It was like 4 or 5 years in a row where we had Dallas week 1. So I'm not mad at that either. Q Burrow says Titans, I can't stand Dable. Let's crash his party. That's a good reason too. Because you'll have the return to New York for Dable and a couple of other Giants. I still don't like what Wan'Dale Robinson was saying or how they took what Wan'Dale Robinson said about the quarterback position and stuff like that. There's some other players on that team too, but it's mainly the fans that make me not like the Titans so much. NJ Finn says league will send Giants away at Cowboys for Sunday Night Football, maximum viewership. That's what they've been doing. That's what they were doing, except for last year we had the Commanders week 1. I'm so mad we lost that game against the Commanders because now that's what I wanted. Actually, I wasn't going to talk about it. But I'm the type of person, right? I like to know what the rival is thinking. So shout out to my man Rio Robinson. He's a Washington Commander content creator. I was at work, had the TV on in the background. Just to hear what the enemy is saying. Got to study your enemies, man. Got to study your enemies. But they were in the chat. They were talking about the Giants, And Rio was like, I'm not worried about the Giants. We swept the Giants last year, and it just made me so mad because I can't take that away from him. They absolutely swept us last year. But they're not good. They're not good. And I can't wait to play the Commanders again because they still, no matter what happened, no matter the fall from grace that they had last year, they still beat us last year twice. And they got the bragging rights right now, and I don't like that at all. Don't like that at all. So I can't wait to play the Commanders too, man. There's a lot of people that I can't wait to play. He said, yeah, we play the Colts. We play the Colts this year. We got the entire, you're right. And we played, is that a home game for the Colts? Is that a home game? Yeah, that's right, because we played the Texans. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Thank you. And we also play what? We play the Browns. We don't play the whole AFC. Yeah, we don't play the whole AFC of North. We play the whole AFC of South, but we got the Browns this year. Thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Yeah, AFC South, duh, because we got the freaking Titans. Yeah, thank you for that. Sometimes I'll be tripping, man. Anthony Cherry says Malik Neighbors told Abdul Carter that he picked some funny numbers. Yeah, 3. It doesn't look right on him to me. It does not look right at all. Shout out to my man Born for Sports in the building. Another fantastic Giants content creator. Make sure you guys go ahead and show my man Jorge some love over there. And he's fired up now, man, with the way the Knicks are putting belt to ass right now, especially against Philly. My man Jorge is on fire right now with the content. So make sure you guys go ahead and do that. Luann says, I have the schedule, but no dates and times. Yeah, that's what we're waiting on, Luann. Right now, we know who the opponents are going to be in 26 and 27 and 28. I think we know like you already know who your opponent's going to be. It's just the actual dates. That's what we're waiting on. He says it comes out Thursday. I want the first game at home. I would love for the first game to be a home game. That's what I'm aiming for. That's what I'm trying to hit the home opener this year. That's the plan, hopefully. Lord willing. Mr. Cash Garden says, hey, bro, there's no point in arguing with the team that can't win the big one. Yeah, they have never won. You're right about that. But still, I'm a little petty, man. I'm a little petty. Stephen R says, Kenny Moore, you talking about what's that? The safety that the Colts waived, right? I don't know. Veteran, he gonna ask for a little bit of money. Unless it's I kind of like the way the safety room is looking right now. It's a lot of bodies in that room. But I won't say no to good talent, good competition. But I did see that he was released. If that's the same guy we're talking about. I think you're talking about the safety from the Colts, if I'm not mistaken. Let me know for sure. Excuse me. Stephen R says, do you think the Giants will trade for a player during camp or preseason? If so, which position? Damn, that's a good question. If they make any kind of move, it would either have to be to shore up the offensive line even more, because I think they're done with the defensive line. I think they're done with linebacker room. Maybe adding another corner might be something that they want to do. Safety, I think they added enough safeties. Outside of that, man, offensive line, you can't have enough good players on the offensive line for the competition. That's the only other thing. Cornerback, offensive line would probably be the two positions I think that you probably would add before camp or during camp. That's it. And then also, everybody wants to know if Odell Beckham Jr. is making his return to the Giants too. So that'll probably be the main name that people are talking about. John Harbaugh talked about that today too. And he said that, it got to make sense. He said he talked to him 4 to 5 times just this past week. That's what Harbaugh said. He talked to Odell 4 to 5 times this week already. So these guys are in constant communication. But he keeps pushing the same narrative, saying that it has to make sense, not just for the Giants, but for also Odell. And then he also dropped another nugget today when it comes to this Odell Beckham conversation. They said that Odell Beckham wants to go somewhere where he can, make an impact. And that part, I'm not so confident in, because I don't know what kind of snaps Odell Beckham is going to get. Now, I do believe he'll add a lot of competition to the room. I do believe that he has I don't think there's an issue of Odell Beckham being good enough to make a team. I do think he's good enough to make a team. But when it comes to the New York Giants, man, Harbaugh keeps saying it got to make sense. So we'll see what happens. If he's here, he's here. If he's not, we know he's working right now. He's dropping videos of him working out. We see videos of him with his son. He got his father-son time going on. He's out there putting in the work. He's ready to play. And also Harbaugh said that he hasn't lost any confidence. He's highly confident in his ability to be able to make plays and to play at a high level in the NFL. So listen, I'm rooting for Odell Beckham. I will always root for Odell Beckham. I'm an Odell Beckham fan. If it makes sense for the New York Giants to get Odell Beckham, then go get him. If we find out, just imagine this, because I know a lot of people are pushing against Odell Beckham, and I understand why. Some people are still stuck in the past when it comes to, he's proposing to kicking nets, hitting kicking nets and stuff like that. But let me ask you guys this question right now. If you knew right now that Malik Neighbors was not going to be ready week 1, does your decision with Odell, does your opinion of signing Odell change? That'd be the third question for the night. Because I know a lot of people do not want Odell Beckham for whatever reason. But let me know that. Let me know in the comment section, man. If you knew for a fact that Malik Neighbors wasn't going to be ready, are you more inclined to go get Odell Beckham? Let me know. So was the Stephen R says that means Hyde is gone. Listen, Hyde, man. Listen, I had to give up, man. I don't even know where that hat is anymore. I had to hide his open hat. I don't even know where my hat is anymore. That's how far I've given up when it comes to Jalen Hyde, man. I apologize, man. I fought the good fight, man. JJ&G, man, salute to you becoming a member for 2 months. He says, I think we're going to be 4-2 in the division. Go Giants. Music to my ears, man. Music to my ears. Born for Sports says, I'm very optimistic about our run defense this year. Point of attack. The trenches matter. It's about the trenches. It starts in the trenches. Shout out to my man Pete in the building. What's going on, Pete? He said, what up, Big Dash? What's the deal with the schedule creators? I really don't give a who we play because we're going to do work belt to ass. But how do the Eagles get easy in the Cards? Another scrub team get the hardest NFL is fixed. I was just happy for us, man, because I saw, who was it? Was it what's his name? The Warren report. What's his name? Warren, the guy that the content creator guy, Warren Analytics, whatever his name is. You got some of you guys know the guy with the mustache, another Viltrumite out there. But they released who had the top 5 hardest schedule, just off of the opponents, not the schedule. I'm sorry. And then I was happy that the Giants weren't in the top 5 hardest schedule for the first time in a long time. Now we already know there's a lot of parity when it comes to the NFL. So teams that were good last year don't mean that they're going to be good this year. Teams that were bad last year, it's not a guarantee that they're going to be bad this year. So there's a lot of parity in the NFL. But for me, I'm just happy that for right now, I think they said they had us at ninth hardest schedule or ninth hardest opponent. So I'm happy that we're not in the top 5, top 2, top 3 like we were the past couple of years. I'll say that. He said, Sadu Berry says, Browns-Harris game. What you talking about? Browns-Harris game. You pointing up too, so I missed something. King Chris says, the Texans game going to tell me what this offense is really about. Yeah, that's a hell of a defense right there. That Texans defense is very, very serious. Sadu says Abdul's number 3 is, I don't like it on him, man. I'm sorry. I don't. It looks maybe because Russ just had it. Also, maybe because it's like a cornerback. I really didn't like when Kayvon Thibodeau got 5, but it grew on me. Pause. But yeah, I just don't like it. I might end up loving it, but I don't like it. That's it. Just preference. That's it. I don't care that much. I'll say this. I won't like it even more if he doesn't play well in that number 3. But if he's playing well in that number 3, I'm not going to care. I'm not. It's hypocritical, but I understand. Born for Sports says, I appreciate you, Dad. Nah, man. Salute to you, man, for putting in all the hard work and dedication, man. We already know, man. As content creators, a lot of people tune in. Some people don't tune in, and we put in a lot of work regardless, man. Regardless. And again, you're consistent. You put out good work. Salute to you. It's nothing for me to shout out people that are putting in the work and also putting out good work, man, for sure. Sadu Berry says running back. Yeah, but who's available? Mr. February says OBJ is training in Arizona. Yeah, because he lives in Arizona. Which I didn't even know that. I didn't know he lived out here till somebody said something. Or when he popped up at the owners' meetings. When he just popped up at the owners' meetings. When the owners' meetings were in Phoenix. I always wanted OBJ. Okay. Yes. Okay. Some people saying absolutely. Yeah. Tyreek Hill. I didn't even think about Tyreek Hill like that, man. Is Tyreek Hill ready to play? I think Tyreek Hill, did he just beat his case too? Because I know Stephon Diggs beat his case. Tyreek Hill had an issue where somebody's leg got broken in his backyard or something like that, man. He out there wrestling and tackling people in his backyard. You guys can look up the story. I'll leave it at that. All right, we're going to get into this offensive roster breakdown. Juwan Jennings, he just went to the Vikings. That story was crazy with Juwan Jennings, though. He turned down a $17 million deal with the 49ers and ended up getting an $8 million deal with the Vikings. Nasty work. So not only do you have to go, not only are you getting less money, and even though the taxes in California are crazy, I don't know what Minnesota taxes are like. I don't know if they got state taxes in Minnesota or not. But the whole point is he turned down $17 million from the 49ers just to turn around and accept $8 million with some incentives to go to the Vikings. And they don't even know who the quarterback is going to be there. I don't know sometimes. Sometimes people make some wild decisions, man. You got Kyler Murray versus what's his name? Number 9, they call him. That's his alias, right? But the whole point is you don't know what that quarterback situation look like in Minnesota, and you leave a sure thing with Shanahan. I don't care who the quarterback is for the 49ers. Shanahan going to have these guys prepared. You turn down more money, and you end up taking less in freaking Minnesota. It's crazy to me. Kenya, what's going on, man? How you doing, man? All right, Mr. February says he probably was done with it. Yeah, that could be it too, man. He was asking for $20-something million, though. He was asking for something in the 20s, and they wasn't feeling that at all. Make sure I'm all caught up. I'm caught up. Cool. All right, now here we go. We're gonna talk about this roster now, man. We're gonna talk about the offense, and this should be some fun. This is where you guys get cooperative. And you guys, this is something where everybody's participation is asked and requested. So we're gonna go down each positional group, and we're gonna talk about how we feel about it, man. Again, I need the chat, I need the comment section. I need to know what you guys are thinking, man. Born for Sports says rather have OBJ than Hyatt and Banks with a roster spot. So some people think that Tay Banks has a chance to turn it around, Born. I'm not one of those people. I'm hoping for the best. I liked him coming out. I liked him coming out of Maryland. I liked what Wink did with him. That first year, played him aggressive. And he played better. And then he fell off when Shane Bowen got here. So but he got issues on top of that too, man. Things that couldn't get coached out, like not being able to get his head around. But some cornerbacks just play that way. Leah Lucas says, in Florida, no income tax, but everything else they tax a lot, including streaming services. I mean, I remember when I lived in Jersey, there was no tax on clothes, man. There was no tax on clothes. And I just thought that was the same everywhere. So when I moved out west and I realized that the price of the clothes was different when you got to the register, I was like, whoa, wait a minute. But again, I was young at that time. But yeah, let me know, man. Jersey still no tax on clothes in Jersey? Let me know. Is that still a thing? Or are they taxing clothes now? In Jersey, I remember going to Joe's Army Navy, man. When get a fresh new fitted hat only cost $20 back then. I was getting like 2-3 hats a week. Now you get a fitted new era costs you $50, man. Inflation. Greedy Grizz says that number 2 is high. It's a hot commodity, is what it is. Because if Tay Banks don't make the team, it's gonna be a Royal Rumble for that number 2. But only one thing makes sense when it comes to that number 2, and that's let That's Jackson Dart at the end. If he wants to change number, Jackson Dart sold so many jerseys. I would hate for him to change his number now. Right now, he's JD. He is JD6, right? JD6. I don't want him to change his number, but I would understand if he wanted to change his number. And we already know that Hood wants the number 2, but Hood already told everybody that, you know, if he's gonna pay for it, it's gonna be something reasonable. Leo Lucas says, like Disney Plus $19.99, I pay $20. Damn. $23.99. I think Netflix got to be what? Netflix got to be almost $30 now, right? Corinne Rock, that's a fact, man. Go to the Army Navy, man. Good old days, $20 fitted. I'm telling you. I had hats of teams I didn't even care about. It was just having hats. Well, just old Army Navy store. That's it. What was that off of Stuyvesant and whatever in Irvington, right next to the Ville, down the street from the bowling alley. And it was like, yeah, Netflix $25. That's what it is now. $25. I done had Netflix for so long. I don't know. They just keep raising the price. Disney has been doing the same thing. I noticed that. Disney every 2 months the price gets higher for Disney, and we just sit here and pay for it, man. It's the American way. Game Pass, all that, the PlayStation, all that stuff, man. Everything's monthly. Everything's monthly now. You know what's crazy? Some of us don't. We're gonna get to this roster. Some of us got so many damn subscriptions, we don't realize it till you start seeing the numbers. You're like, oh, all of a sudden you done paid $200 a month for subscriptions. You're like, where the hell is my money going? Okay, that's enough of that. All right, let's talk about the wide receiver room, man. They're gonna start charging. That's the only thing they can't charge us for is air, because they can't monitor it. They charge us for water though. Listen, don't get me started, man. Maybe I start another channel where we could talk about life, because I could talk about life too, like I talk about Giants. I might think about doing something like that another time, but I can definitely. There's a lot of complaining that I can do. But let's talk about this wide receiver room first, okay? Of course, Malik Neighbors, franchise wide receiver, hoping that he comes back healthy. Nothing much to say about that. The team is better with Malik Neighbors on the field, of course. But let's talk about some of the guys after that. So the first question is, we see it. Darius Slayton, Darnell Mooney. They got Mooney as a slot receiver. They got Darius Slayton as wide receiver too. By the time September gets here, in your opinion, who's going to be wide receiver two? I'm going to throw out some names, right? We got the only names that make sense. There's 3 people probably in the competition for wide receiver 2 right now. And again, this is saying that Malik Neighbors is on the field. But the wide receiver 2 spot is going to be between Slayton, Mooney, and Malachi Fields. Now, despite how we feel about Darius Slayton, I think he still has a leg up when it comes to wide receiver 2. But let me know in the comment section. I already see King Chris already said it. Wide receiver 2 is Slayton. Okay. Like I said, again, that's not everybody's first choice, but I think that's just what it is. And let's just say this is with a healthy Malik Neighbors. Darius Slayton is number 2. I see some people saying, what else we got going? Grass. Is it Grass to Farah? I think it's the name. Let me know if I'm saying that correctly. Says Neighbors not going to be back until week 4 or 5, and he probably won't be 100%. We need to sign another impact wide receiver, but Giants won't pay for it. They're not paying for nothing. They're not going to pay for nothing. That's why you might see OBJ to get signed. One NYG man says, I had high hopes for Hyatt, but now I don't understand why he's still on the roster, because it's a 90-man roster. That's it. And everybody gets a clean slate is what they told us. So they're going to give him a clean slate. I mean, in all honesty, I always think there's something that you can get from Hyatt, but I'm not even going to push that. I'm not even going to push that right now. It is what it is. Money Mike says Malachi Fields is the big question mark for me. Need to see if he can be at least wide receiver 3. Okay. Q Burrow says Mooney or Fields. Mr. Cash says Malachi Fields. Tony Benino says Mooney, number 2. Stephen R says OBJ resurgence with the crazy face. Anthony Cherry says Mooney without a doubt. Joseph, what's going on, Papa Joe? He says Slayton. Real G says Mooney. Sleazy says wide receiver 2 Mooney, then somewhere in the season is Fields. Okay. Rev says Slay, what's going on, Rev? Greedy Grizz says make it a competition. Why does it have to be in order with a new staff if nobody is head and shoulders better? That's a fantastic answer, Greedy. I have another answer for people. The wide receiver 2 ain't even going to be a wide receiver. It's going to be the tight end, Isaiah Likely. I understand I tricked people when I gave you those options, but let's keep that thing going. I think Likely gets a lot of snaps, a lot of targets. Stephen R says Mooney slot. Yeah, Austin is nasty. I think people are sleeping on Calvin Austin for sure. I like Calvin Austin a lot. And again, I told you, as far as teams that I watch, obviously it's the Giants. My wife is a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, so I watch a lot of Steeler games. Calvin Austin, when we got Calvin Austin, I was happy that we got him. He's a lot better than people give him credit for. 100%. 100%. King Chris says, don't think Neighbors will be himself till after the first year off the ACL. Yeah, I think people really need to relax on some of these expectations for Neighbors. You already know that ACL is a year. It takes you about a year to get right, and that's just physically. And then however long it takes you to get right mentally. We already saw how long it took Malik Neighbors to come back from a concussion when he had that concussion that first year. Hopefully his body heals a little bit better. We saw how he looked at the on Bleacher Report on draft night. The knee is swollen, the way he's walking around all gingerly and stuff like that. I don't expect Malik Neighbors to be back. I don't. And then also getting back into football shape, running routes the way that Malik Neighbors likes to run routes. I'm going to just say it like a lot of people are thinking it and saying it in the chat, but I'm going to say it. I don't think he's going to be ready week 1. I don't expect him. Week 4, week 5 sound about right. Him coming back in October sounds about right to me. So I'm with you on that one. I'm with you on that one for sure. Q Burrow says, what about Hodges? Let's talk about Hodges now. Now let's talk about the back end of the roster. What did the New York Giants normally do? We normally keep about 6 wide receivers, right? That's including your guys that are returners and stuff like that. So now, 6 wide. Just think about this: 6 wide receivers. So if Malik Neighbors starts on the PUP list, he doesn't count as a roster, right? He starts off on injured reserve list. He doesn't count. So who are the 6 guys after Malik Neighbors? You got Darius Slayton, you got Darnell Mooney, you got Malachi Fields, you got Calvin Austin. So that's 4 guys right there. Now you're looking at 2 more spots. Now, Gunnar Olszewski right now is looking like a special teams guy. He's looking like the special teams guy. So and then so the guys that are on the bubble right now, you're looking at Isaiah Hodgins, Gunnar Olszewski, Jalen Hyatt, Bo Collins, Dalen Cambry. Those are the guys you're talking about as, the guys fighting for 2 spots. And then most likely Gunnar gets one of those spots. But I will say this, pump the brakes on Gunnar, because Calvin Austin can also be a returner. We saw him do it at Pittsburgh. So now the option for Gunnar is up in the air. So you really got it. What? Hodgins, Hyatt, Olszewski fighting for 2 spots. I don't know about Bo Collins. I don't know about Bo Collins at all. So we got to see what happens with that. Papa Joe says Likely is going to be a beast. Slayton is going to surprise us. I hope so, man. I will be so happy if Slayton surprises positively. I will be happy for we paying him all this money. Slayton getting all this money. I hope he surprises us. I hope so. It would be just like Slayton too, man. It will be just like Slayton. Yeah, Darius gonna be ready though. Darius Slayton gonna be ready by training camp. That's what they're saying, right? They said it was routine what he got done. Core muscle routine. I don't know. Hernia might be. I don't know. But they said he's gonna be ready for training camp. They were pretty adamant about that. But again, we talk about, they might be lying too, or they might not know. Where was I at? Where was he at? Likely. Okay. But when you look at that back end of the wide receiver room, Hodgins, I like Hodgins. I like Hodgins. I would like to have Hodgins on the team. To me, it makes sense to have another bigger body wide receiver, similar to what we had with Malachi Fields. At the end of the day, Hodgins is a sure hands catcher, and he can move the sticks. We saw that in his best year in 2022. He came out of nowhere, and he was vital, in the playoff running everything. So for that, I still root for Isaiah Hodgins. But Gunnar Olszewski, Jalen Hyatt, I think Gunnar Olszewski absolutely beats out Jalen Hyatt just because of special teams. Bo Collins disappointed us last year after jumping on the scene and having some good a good training camp. You get into the season and he don't even know what routes to run. You know, he making mistakes. You can't trust him. Hopefully he gets better, but I'm not even worried about him. But then you look at Dalen Cambry, special teams guy, Ryan Miller, who respectfully, Xavier Gibson, we know who that is, but he's gonna have to come off that 88 number for sure. And Courtney Jackson is already gone. So that's what the wide receiver room is looking like. What's going on, Re-Up? Rev says, I agree with Papa Joe. Okay. Stephen R says Deuce McBride had the same injury, took a month to recover. And that puts him right at training camp. If he got the surgery, what, the end of April is when he got the surgery, or that's when we got the news, the end of April. If it takes a month to recover, you know that's May, that's June, obviously, and then training camp don't start to the end of July. He'll be ready for training camp, is what they said. So that sounds about right. He won't be in OTAs. They said he won't be available in the spring. So that's your OTAs. That's your mini camp. That's everything that's happened in the next couple of weeks. OTAs in the beginning of June, and then they take that month off. So yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense that he's ready for training camp. Williams says if Theo takes a big step forward, this tight end duo will take a lot of balls away from the wide receivers. Okay, let's talk about the tight ends next, right? We're going to skip down. We're going to skip over the offensive line right now. We're going to go down to the tight ends. So obviously, Isaiah Likely right now is tight end one, not a traditional tight end at all. I don't expect him being in line at all. No blocking for Isaiah Likely. You know, they might try to throw him in there. He's willing. He's a willing blocker, but that's not his strong suit. Theo Johnson, blocking is not his strong suit either. You got Chris Manhertz, then you got Thomas Fidone. Then you got somebody named Tanner Connor, and I don't know who Tanner Connor is. Somebody help me out. But I think we keep three tight ends. I would love for Thomas Fidone to make this roster, but I don't know if he does. We know that there's going to be a lot of 12 personnel, so you're going to need a decent amount of tight ends, especially guys that can play in line. And outside of Isaiah Likely, Theo Johnson can play in line. Chris Manhertz is all in line and just a blocker. Gives you little to nothing when it comes to the receiving game. But Thomas Fidone right now for me. Thomas Fidone, we talk about Theo Johnson. We got an idea what Theo Johnson can be. We have an idea. Isaiah Likely, we have an idea of what Isaiah Likely can be. I need to know what Thomas Fidone is. I know he was a 5-star coming out of high school. I know when he got to Nebraska, he dealt with some injuries. But as far as talent goes, he has a lot of it. Very talented. In the preseason, we saw him getting used in the preseason, and he did pretty well in the preseason. We get to the regular season, crickets. I know what Chris Manhertz is. I understand why you want Chris Manhertz here, but I need somebody that can give me some that can help me out in the passing game as well. That could possibly be a threat to move the sticks. So for me, it's Isaiah Likely, Theo Johnson, and then I'm putting Thomas Fidone in there as the three tight ends that we keep. Sometimes we keep 4 tight ends, but I'm thinking 3 tight ends with Thomas Fidone. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section when it comes to the tight ends, man. Who you keeping in the tight end room, man? And then also, I didn't ask you guys to say for the wide receiver room. Let's just say that we keep 6 wide receivers. Let me know the 6 that you guys have. 6 wide receivers that we're keeping. Let me know the 6 in the comment section, and then let me know the 3 tight ends you guys are keeping in the comment section. Let me know, man. Let me get some more of these comments. C. Mully, what's going on? He says Fields will be a surprise watch. He says we need that from a 3rd rounder after missing on Hyatt. That's a fact. That's a fact. He needs. We need. Well, there's really no choice in the matter. They're going to put him on the field for sure. He's an outside big body wide receiver. He's going to be on the field with Slayton. He's going to be on the field with Neighbors. And depending on how long it takes Malik Neighbors to get back, we're going to see a lot of Fields, Slayton, Fields, Mooney on the field together. That's going to be the wide receiver combo, at least for the first couple of weeks. So, yeah, I think we see a lot of Fields, and I hope he does surprise us. But if you ask some people, if he plays well, it's not going to be a surprise at all. A lot of people are high on Malachi Fields. Rightfully so. I didn't get to the O-line yet, Steve. I didn't get to the O-line yet, but everybody started talking about the tight ends, so we jumped to the tight ends. We're gonna talk about the offensive line next. I see you got a B+ for the offensive line, though. We're gonna talk about that. Shout out to my man Jonathan Pride in the building. He said, finger red, number one finger red, number one finger red, number one finger. Who you talking about, man? Blue hand stopwatch, blue hand timer. I got a couple of red flags, some flags on the play. Let me know. Keep me in line, man. Pause. Luann says likely. Luann says also Mooney. You missed almost the whole thing, fella. You know, what did I miss? We talked about a lot. We talked about the rookie minicamp. We talked about the pressers. We talked about DJ Reader. You missed a lot, man. You in the right place, though, man. Shout out to my man Kiwa in the building. What's going on? King Chris says Neighbors, Slayton, Mooney, Fields, Austin, and Hodgins. I'm not mad at that at all. So no Gunnar Olszewski. In this case, in this scenario, Austin is your special teams guy. Copy. Papa Joe says, sorry to say Theo makes some great catches in the end zone, but throws right at him. He gets stone fingers. He's similar. He's similar to Darius Slayton. He'll make the difficult catches, but drop the easy ones. That's what Theo Johnson is to me. The ones that are acrobatic, he'll make those catches, but the ones that hit him in the numbers, he'll drop them. Similar to Slayton. Like Slayton to drop one in the bucket, man. And I mean, Darter dropped one in the bucket for Slayton, and Slayton fumble it. But then he'll catch a one-hander falling down out of bounds. It's crazy. Nah, that's crazy. Re-up. Theo drops it is crazy. Theo drops it is crazy. I can't say jump to the tight ends. Yeah, oh wow, yeah. Nah, you're right. You're right. Pause. I can't. I can't say that. You're right. It looks different when you read it than when you say it. FaZe said, damn, I'm late. Yeah, you late, FaZe. That's all right, though, man. We still love you, man. We still love you. King Chris says, Austin Banks are my returners. Yeah. Now you're right. Yeah. Gunnar Olszewski already, he cut his locks off, man. It's like Samson when he cut his locks, man. The strength is gone. The strength is gone. The powers are gone. Kiva says Darius Slayton has made 3 difficult catches his whole career. No, he's been 3. No, man. Like, no, you've seen it. Like, he'll make it like one-handers. He'll make the one-hand catch, and it's crazy they made the one-hand. It's kind of like Barkley was kind of the same way too. Barkley would drop some easy passes, but catch some crazy ones. But nah, Slayton got that, and Theo got that same thing, where they drop the easy passes and catch some of the harder ones. 100%. Rev says, I'm big on Banks returning. Yeah. Big Blue 3 says, is OBJ coming? We don't know, man. They've been talking, though. They talked 4 or 5 times this past week is what Harbaugh said. That's a lot of talking for somebody that might not be here. That's a lot of talking. Sound like a deal is in the works, and maybe they're just trying to wait to see if they get some information on who might not be ready, and then news might drop. That's what I'm thinking it's going to be. Because just think about it. If Neighbors is cool, then you really don't need to add OBJ to the room. But if we know Neighbors ain't going to be ready to October, then OBJ makes more sense. Makes more sense. That's what I'm saying. Side guy Brian in the building said OBJ will be a last moment signing. No hurry. I believe that. There's nobody really rushing to sign OBJ right now. Not at all. He gonna be there. I think he will be here. Ferris says Neighbors, IR, Fields, Mooney, Austin, Slayton, Bo Collins, Hodgins. Yeah. I mean, I ain't mad at it. Who'd you take out? Fields, okay, Fields, Neighbors on IR, Fields, Mooney, Austin, Slayton, Bo Collins, Hodgins. Sound about right. Chris D says, is Reader considered the 3rd best nose tackle in the league? That I don't know if he's the 3rd best. I don't know if he's considered the 3rd best nose tackle in the league. I would have to look that up. I I think he was. I think as far as D tackles, I think he was like ranked in like the 30s possibly for all D tackles. And again, that's nose tackles, D tackles together. But that might have been just his pass rush grade though, not pass rush grade, but his run defense grade. But we'll see. I don't got that page of notes in front of me right now where I had those numbers. Actually, I might have it. I got time. We're not doing nothing. We hanging out, right? You see, I got my notebook, man. Let me see if I can find something. It's not in that notebook. That's a work notebook. Okay, for DJ Reader. Okay, so he was ranked 21st in defensive tackles for pass rush. His run defense grade was 61.7. Overall grade 68.9. 18 tackles, 0 sacks, 20 QB pressures. That's what's up. And then Shelby Harris, just since we got the numbers out, Shelby Harris was 28th ranked defensive tackle, and that was against the run. So we got Reader, who was 21st in pass rush for defensive tackles, all defensive tackles, and then Shelby Harris 28th against the run for all defensive tackles. So just some numbers. I try to keep my notes available. Old school too, man. Some people keep this stuff in their phone, man. I still like to write things down. I don't know what the double team rate is. Come on, man. I'm glad you asked, so I'll look that up. I'm not gonna look that up now, though. But just imagine playing the nose. Pretty much all nose tackles get double team. If they play in that A gap, if they play over the center, they gonna do that. The double team rate. It's on PFF. I pay for PFF. That's another, again, subscriptions galore. So I can find that number out for you. I'm just not looking it up right now. King Chris says players get the first 4 weeks on IR. Yep. Actually, did IR change to 2 weeks? No, IR is 4 weeks. It's 4 weeks because IR used to be like 8 weeks. Remember that? IR used to be half the season. And then they knocked that down. So it's 4 weeks. Green Lantern John Stewart says, you wait and see. The Viltrumite Jack Kelly will ball out in the preseason. I hope so. I hope so. There you go. Somebody, thank you. Thank the best chat in the world, man. The best chat in the community. Reader was first or second in double teams. Now, you can cite your sources, make people feel a little bit better. But there go your numbers. Stephen R. says OBJ or Ayuk. I'm not messing with Brandon Ayuk at all. Brandon Ayuk don't even look like he's interested in playing football right now. I don't know what's going on with Brandon Ayuk. I ain't going to speak on it. But I hope he gets whatever he needs as far as help and stuff like that. Last time I saw Brandon Ayuk, he was speeding in his car, recording himself going over 100 miles an hour on a regular road. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good on Brandon Ayuk. 2 years ago, sign me up. Now, I'm sorry. Plus, I think he want to go play with JD anyway. Not our with Jaden Daniels anyway. So let that be the Commanders' problem, which would ultimately be our problem because we got to defend against them. But I'm not trying to have those problems in house here. Ayuk seems to be trouble, respectfully. Sleazy says DJ Reader's double team rate was close to Dex. True. John the Prize said, what the hell is even that double teams? Yeah. It's a lot of stats out here now, man. The analytics team is for a reason. You know, old school, you just watch the game and say, hey, that guy's good, that guy's not good. Now we put actual grades on people. I'm here for it, though. I'm here for it. Isaac says, well, shout out to Isaac, too. Shout out to Isaac in the building. Always love the profile pic, too, man. Man, just on the boat chilling. Shout out to Isaac. He says, Jack Kelly is a linebacker name for sure. It is. It absolutely is. Jack Kelly is a tough name. Chris D says KT needs to show this season. I think it's a contract year for Tibbs. He gonna show out, man. He gonna show out. All right, so we talked about the tight ends. We talked about the wide receivers. Let's talk about this offensive line. Let's get to this offensive line. And first, what's this? I think this is the fifth question of the night. Out of the penciled in starting offensive line, that'd be Andrew Thomas, John Runyon, JMS, Francis Maui Noah, Jermaine Illuminor. Who is the weakest link? That's a loaded question. Who is the weakest link out of the starting offensive line? Just let me know in the comments. Just put the name. Just put the name in there. And then we're going to talk about some of these backups. Isaac Moore says Debo is a big boy pause. I forgot Debo's still out there. Is Debo still available? That's a gadget guy for sure, man. I don't know. All right. King says, you got his money and got the hell on. He did, get the hell on is just a crazy phrase in general. Saga Bra says JMS. Hold on, let me go back. Says JMS. C. Mully says Runyon. Q Burrow says Neal. I said starters, man. I said starters, Q Burrow. Starters. Rev says unless you whoa. Let me go back. Unless you think Neal is starting. You think Neal gonna start? Let me know. Rev says the center. Isaac Moore says JMS. A lot of JMSs here. Kibo says JMS. King Chris says, what is JMS for 500? Re-up says Captain Jack. Who the hell is Captain Jack? That's another nickname for somebody. Last time when y'all said Pancake Pat, it flew right over my head. I wasn't even thinking about Patrick Carr. Who the hell is Captain Jack? Let me know. That might have flew over my head too. Real G says JMS. Anthony Cherry JMS. Don't worry about it, QB. I'm messing with you, man. Isaac Moore says JMS run blocking is sus. That's a fact. He just got to get stronger, man. And I don't know if he's going to get stronger. Last year, he was coming back off an injury, dealing with the neck, shoulder issues. And you need your neck, you need your shoulder in order to gain some strength, especially on the offensive line. So this time he's healthy. He has a healthy offseason. We saw the pictures of the workout. He out there bench pressing and stuff like that. Look like, unlike Abdul Carter, he does look like he got a little bit bigger in the arms. Pause. But yeah, JMS. But I see a lot of JMSs here. I saw one. I believe that John Runyon is the weakest link. I'm gonna say that just flat out. Not only do I think he's the weakest link, I also PFF says he's the weakest link when it comes to the grades. But again, we leaning on analytics here. But the eyeball test said that John Runyon, to me, my eyeball test said John Runyon was trash last year. I'm not even gonna hold you. He was trash. I think JMS played better. I also think that better quarterback play made a lot of the offensive line play better. But for me, it's John Runyon. I see a lot of people talking about JMS. So let's talk about the center. Let's talk about who's behind JMS right now. Right now, you got the guy, veteran, journeyman, Lucas Patrick, listed as the center behind John Michael Schmitz. Has a lot of starts. Again, nothing to write home about. If John Michael Schmitz has a bad start to the year, then you might see Lucas Patrick step in. The other guy behind him was on the UDFA list last year, Brian Hudson. Bigger, I think he was out of Louisville. Brian Hudson, just trying to remember now last year's draft class. I like Brian Hudson. He's a bigger center, also a stronger center in my opinion than what JMS is. But he's sitting there third. He's a bubble guy. Probably won't make the team. We usually keep about 9 to 10 offensive linemen. So we'll see what happens this year. Shout out to my man Jonathan Pride. He said with the $10 super chat says, I'm crying. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to Big Blue Nation. When you called dude a Viltrumite, I was rolling. He looked like a Viltrumite, bro. Captain Jack. Okay, there you go. I am bugging. Captain Jack. Flew right over my head again. Is that what they were calling him? Captain Jack. He's the son of Nolan to me. That's who he is to me. The son of Nolan. The son of Viltrum. That's what he is to me. But Captain Jack sounds a lot cooler than that. So I'm going to go with Captain Jack. Now, so a lot of people saying JMS. Now, there were a couple of UDFAs that we should have drafted that could have bolstered up that center spot. I'm going to ask you guys another question, man. So obviously there's what we have here. I'll just go off of the list of what we have right here. Thomas at left tackle, we already know that's an all-pro guy right there. John Runyon, I believe, needs to be replaced, especially for the money. You save $9 million if you cut him this year. I don't think that's going to happen. But also, I don't think John Runyon fits the prototype of what John Harbaugh likes. He likes his guards to be a certain size. Pause. John Runyon is just over 300 pounds, and when the season starts, he might be just under 300 pounds. All the other guards that John Harbaugh is used to is 320, 330 plus. Makes sense why we brought in Falele. But I think there's going to be a battle at that left guard spot, and I think it's going to be more of a battle at left guard than it is going to be at center, just because of the chemistry and the continuity that John Michael Schmitz and Jackson Dart has, but it means nothing if JMS is not playing well. Maui Noah, right guard. We already know that's going to be what it is. Jermaine Illuminor is right there. So going back to that the left guard spot, I think there's going to be a competition between Runyon, Falele, and also Evan Neal. I think if Evan Neal has any chance of making the team, and I see somebody else, King Chris says Neal at left guard, Runyon at center. I do not want Runyon at center. He is not strong enough. He is not strong enough. I don't know what happened between his pops and him, but he did not get all of the genes that his pops had. His pops was strong as hell, and Runyon ain't that damn strong. And he also is not as big as his pops, and that's crazy. But I do think Evan Neal is going to get a fair shake. I do believe that Evan Neal should shift over to the left side, because going into this season, I wouldn't be surprised if it's Falele starting at left guard, and obviously Francis Maui Noah starting at right guard, even though Falele has played right guard his entire time with the Baltimore Ravens. I think just because of how big of a human being Daniel Falele is and how aggressive this offensive scheme is going to be as far as running the ball, I wouldn't be surprised if you see Daniel Falele shift over, to that left side. Now we've seen the volunteer workouts. Right now, they had Falele at right guard, obviously, because Maui Noah is not in the building yet. But this week coming up, when the vets are in the building and the rookies and the vets are going to be together, I'm curious to see how that offensive line looks. That first group, we'll see what happens. P. Harris says son of Nolan is wild, but he looked just like Nolan. He looked just like Omni-Man. It's no debate. It's no debate. I've never seen a human being look so much like a cartoon in my life. But he looks like him. He looks like him. King Chris says, never mind JC at left guard. Now, that's another thing. That's a sneaky thing. Now, he was also a 6th round pick when it comes to JC Davis, the guy that we got out of Illinois, who played left tackle. That's my dark horse. That's my dark horse, but I don't want to put too much pressure on him. You see him right now, they got him listed as a left tackle behind Andrew Thomas, and that's where he played at Illinois, left tackle. You see Marcus Bowe right now at right tackle because he played right tackle at Purdue. This is probably the first time in a long time that I like both our starting tackles and both of the backup tackles on the roster. Like having Marcus Bowe, having JC Davis as a backup left tackle, right tackle is fantastic. Now, what changes things is this. They already said that JC Davis is going to get kicked inside. Even though our lads is having him listed as a left tackle, he most likely is going to start off at left guard. He could possibly be in that competition too. Now the wild thing is this. If they decide to keep Daniel Falele at right guard, knowing he's going to be a backup to Francis Maui Noah, then you might see that competition between JC Davis, John Runyon. I don't think Aaron Stinney is in that competition for real. But what are we going to do with Marcus Bowe? Do we keep him as the swing tackle, which I probably would do? But also last year, I felt like Marcus Bowe was one of the top 5 offensive linemen on the squad. I thought he was better than John Runyon, and I think he was just as good as John Michael Schmitz. And at some point in time, I would love for Marcus Bowe to be a starter on his offensive line, but where does he fit in? And that's the question. I see a lot of people saying to kick him inside too, but you kind of already took care of the guard spots for the most part with JC Davis as far as future with JC Davis and Francis Maui Noah. can Marcus Bowe play center? And I was absolutely against this for the people last year and all last season when they talked about moving Marcus Bowe inside. I was like, no, I don't want to waste his feet playing guard. But if you move him to center, can Marcus Bowe play center? We'll see what happens. Man. Again, we're gonna find out a lot of things, especially with these workouts, the mini camp, the veteran mini camp and stuff that's coming out, the OTAs that are coming up. But that's probably going to be the most interesting thing for me. Like some people say, it's exciting to watch the wide receivers. Yeah, it is cool. The tight ends, the running backs, no, how this offensive line shapes up, the trenches mean the most to me. One NYG man says, Ryan Shanecki, yeah, the 6'8", he won 330 pounds. Man was like almost 400 pounds. Is what I heard. Almost 400 pounds. If I'm thinking about the right person. What you think? I don't know. I got to see him move. The guy played at Division II, I think it was. I don't know what he looks like. I'm gonna count on the beat writers to let me know more about that guy. 6'8" though, that's a massive human being. Re-up says Marcus Bowe is a great depth piece. He is great depth to have for sure. King Chris says can Bowe plays center? I don't know. I don't know, but people are trying to find a way to get him to start. I like him as a swing tackle though, because we already know, man. God forbid, we already know how Andrew Thomas is. Andrew Thomas can trip over a grasshopper and then miss 2 games, man. We know what it is, God forbid. And then you need somebody to cover for him. So having Marcus Bowe may be comfortable. But yeah, I don't know, man. JC Davis, dark horse at left guard. Maybe it doesn't happen this year. Maybe we're just stuck with John Runyon for one more year, and I say that respectfully. Because if he plays well, salute to him. He making $9 million though. And when you look at those PFF grades, and you look at how much he's getting paid, he ain't living up to the contract, respectfully. Jim Simpson says Bowe should have been given a shot to start. I don't know. Everybody got to earn it. But again, it's a certain prototype that Harbaugh likes as far as interior offensive line. He can deal with a smaller center because the center for the Baltimore Ravens all those years, man. He was small. He wasn't a bigger guy. He was just 300 pounds too. And he got paid for the Raiders. Man got paid for the Raiders. Marcus Bowe, 6'4". No, he might be 6'3", like 310 pounds. He can survive at the center spot. Right now, JMS is what, 6'3", 6'4". He might be 305 pounds. So you can live with the center being a little bit smaller, but the center got to be strong though. Center got to be strong, and that's the area that John Michael Schmitz is lacking. At least that's what we think he's lacking is just overall strength. So because we see him get overpowered often, especially when he's trying to shift and pull or just a lot of the reach blocking. You see that JMS, gets beat up a bit. All right, so we're gonna move along, right? We're gonna move along to the running back room. I know a lot of people in here wanted Jeremiah Love. I'm so happy that we don't have Jeremiah Love. I'm happy that we have Arvell Reese. I'm happy that we have, Francis Maui Noah. Those are 2 guys we got in the first round. I'm happy about that. Oh, Marcus Bowe is mean too. He got that temperament. Yeah. He got that dog in him too. So that I like that. I like that. But we see Cam Scatterbull already. Wolverine healing capabilities. That's his superpower. He's out there running around already. So he's healthy. He is good to go. We see him out there already. Tyrone Tracy behind that, Devin Singletary behind that. And then you got Eric Gray, is got the survival instincts of a cockroach. He's gonna survive somehow, some way. I say that respectfully, even though it's a joke. Turbo Miller's still on the roster, and then everybody likes Damon Bankston because of his special team capabilities too. So outside of Tyrone Tracy, Cam Scatterbull, Devin Singletary took the pay cut. So I think it's pretty much going to be the same 3 guys at running back. Now the difference is this: Harbaugh has kept 4 running backs before. The New York Giants in the past few years have not kept more than 3 running backs. There were times we went to games with 1 running back or 2 running backs, and it was crazy that we was doing that. But I don't think there's any change. Cam Scatterboo, Tyrone Tracy, Devin Singletary are your running back room. So if we do decide to keep 4, you got Eric Gray, Turbo Miller, Damon Bankston. Does that make you happy at all? I know a lot of people want Turbo Miller, to get a chance. He's been here what now? 3 years, and he hasn't got a chance. Q Burrow says dump Gray, keep Turbo. I mean, at this point in time, I would agree 100%. Rebag says Mixon. Re-up, rebag. You talking? Oh boy. I stopped myself from saying something. Re-up, rebag. We good, man. We good. Good Lord. Mixon's available out there, but I think Mixon. I wouldn't mind Mixon. I like what Mixon would bring to the table, but do they like Mixon? Now we also saw that Harbaugh is not afraid of bringing people in or signing players that he's played against. We've seen that happen, and that when it comes to Mixon played. What was it? He was at Cincinnati, right? Mixon was at Cincinnati for a while. Harbaugh is very familiar with Mixon. I don't know what's going on with Mixon outside of that. Mixon surprises me that he's still available. He should be able to get on somebody's roster, but it might be some of the off the field stuff that's going on with him that's preventing him from being signed right now. One NYG man says, why doesn't Dante Miller get a shot? I don't know. We saw him in the preseason. Last year in the preseason, I thought he was making the team. I thought he played well enough to make the team. In all honesty, he was taking those screens not to the house, but he was breaking off big plays last year. I think he did everything he could do. But yeah. Don Devine says calling a man a cockroach respectfully is hilarious. I'm saying his ability to survive. His ability to survive. That's why it's respectful. Because cockroaches have the ability to survive almost damn anything. And that's what I was saying. That's why I kept it respectful. There's no way to fix that, right? It's no way to fix it. I'm gonna leave it alone. Stephen R says Miller is not better than Singletary, but third running back spot don't mean much with the bulk of carries split between two. Now you're absolutely right. And what you said, Miller doesn't use his blockers. He doesn't run up the middle either, man. Again, I think this is going to be a physical type of physical style of run. And those 3 guys just fit better than the guys on the back end of the roster. Eric Gray coming out of Oklahoma. He was a downhill runner. He was one cut and getting out of there. He actually had pretty good juke moves, man, in college. He just didn't have the burst. And you can say that about a lot of the running backs in this room. You got some guys that have a quick one step downhill, can make some people miss, but they're lacking that burst. Even Tyrone Tracy to a point, he's not a burner either. So we don't have a real home run hitter here. And that's why I think people like Dante Miller so much, because of his speed and being able to get to the open field and ain't nobody catching him. But right now, physical style of run, 3 running backs is what I'm thinking it's going to be. Possibly 4 just because of Harbaugh. But also, once you cut down to the 53, you might see the New York Giants, pick somebody else up from another team that they might see more value in. And that's another thing when we look at this 90-man roster, there's going to be somebody that's going to come off another team that's probably going to make the 53 for us, possibly. Miller can be a returner, not when you have Calvin Austin and Tay Banks as your primary returners for the most part. And then Gunnar Olszewski, if he makes the team, there's no room for him. And have we even seen him return kicks? I don't know. And trust me, I understand. We're trying to find a way to for him to make the team. But at the end of the day, even if he made the team, does he get a jersey on Sunday? That part sucks, man. I love the story, though. Love Dante Miller's story. He got screwed during the draft process and all that stuff, man. So I'm definitely rooting for the kid. But at the end of the day, some guys don't even get a jersey. I think that's the craziest thing in the world. I think if you make the 53, you deserve to get a jersey, even if you're not going to play. Them dressing only 46, 47 players is crazy to me. If you earned a spot on the roster, you earned a paycheck, you deserve to have a jersey and be able to wear your shoulder pads every Sunday. But, maybe that's just me. Is it Dirt McGurk? Dirt McGurk says, I'd rather keep Banks as the returner and see if his staff can get some value from him at cornerback. Yeah, I think Banks makes the team because he does have special teams values as a returner. He's pretty damn good at it. He looks like a natural at it, too. Don't got a problem getting his head around when he's returning. Like, he keeps his head on the swivel when he's returning. He doesn't keep a head on the swivel when he's covering people. But Banks showed us a lot last year in the return game. It's just a shame that you spent the first round pick on him. But again, if anybody can fix Tay Banks, Denard Wilson can be the guy, possibly. An aggressive defensive scheme might help Tay Banks. Press in your face, press corners. It might help. Joseph Wilcox says Miller has the speed, but I think he goes down with an arm tackle. He's a little bit light. He is light. But again, even if Miller made the team, you're talking about the fourth running back. Fourth running back probably does not get a jersey on, especially when you got Patrick Ricard on the building too. I mean, in the building too. Pat Ricard it might get some carries too in a pinch. So just think about that. This is going to be our first time in a long time having an actual fullback on the team. So I take everything I just said, Kobe, throw it in the trash. 3 running backs, no chance of keeping the fourth because Patrick Ricard is the fullback. Bang, that's it. That's it. So that's the wide receiver room, the offensive line, running back room, also the fullback, tight ends. We covered everything on the offense, man. Let me get some thoughts, man. Again, schedule coming out on the 14th. I might do a show. I might do a special live on Thursday because of the schedule release. I did it last year. I stopped myself midway through because I was doing like game predictions, and it makes no sense to really make these type of game predictions that early as soon as the schedule drops. But some people have fun doing something like that. Maybe I still do it. Maybe I won't if it makes sense. And I think we're caught up on the comments too. And we're at the 2-hour mark too. So listen, shout out to everybody, man. We got a couple more minutes left. You got some comments that you want to get read. You got some questions that you want to ask. Go ahead and ask those now. We can get to them. Again, shout out to the 180 people in the building. Please hit that like button. It just does wonders for channel growth. So I appreciate the love and support. But if you got any questions, go ahead and add them now, and we can get to them. Q Burrow says, I was hoping we play the AFC West Hardball Bowl. That'll happen soon enough. That's going to happen soon enough. Daniel B. West says, not happy with our centers, but it is what it is. There's room for growth when it comes to the center position. If there's anybody that I'm invested in is John Michael Schmitz. At a point in time, I still call him my son. I liked him so much coming out of Minnesota. It was crazy. And him not living up to what I thought he was going to be is disappointing. But I did see minimal growth last year, but I don't know if that was because the quarterback play was better or if he actually got better. Grades were better as far as that goes. His grades were better than the previous 2 years, but I am absolutely rooting for JMS. Stephen R. says LeBron leaving the Lakers if they get swept. He's leaving basketball if they get swept. Period. LeBron cannot go somewhere else. And I like LeBron, but he can't go somewhere else and build from scratch again. This Lakers is the last thing. He got the COVID championship. We saw that. He got the championship with the Lakers, the COVID championship. But you could throw that over your shoulder. You know what I mean? But I don't think LeBron can go anywhere else. That game's on right now, ain't it? I think it's on right now. Yeah, man. I was calling on my son. That's how much I liked him. It's an ongoing joke. I still catch heat for it. I thought he was going to be a sure thing. He was so solid coming out of college, and he just did not live up to it, and it pisses me off. But yeah, if you're not familiar with it, like during these draft cycles, a lot of us, like just people, like people in the content community, people on Twitter, we'll find a player that nobody really knows about or nobody's really, and we call him our son as a joke, as a term of endearment. Like, yo, that's my son. JMS, that's my son. Malik Neighbors, that's my son. Whatever. We'll just say that almost like claiming them and say, hey, I know about this guy before you knew about this guy type of deal. And that's what I mean by that. That's what I mean by that. He said you better get the switch. Oh, man. Now, his bags are packed by the door, though. I'll tell you that much. I got his bags packed already. They by the door. If this season is trash, he is going out with the trash. Pretty much. Bags packed, ready to go. Saigon Bra says Thunders. Oh boy, 131 Lakers 108. Yeah, it's over. That's over. Close the piano, turn off the lights. It's time to go. 131 to 108. Sheesh. I'm hoping that's what the Knicks do to the Sixers tomorrow. I wouldn't mind that. That's a nice score for the Knicks to beat the Sixers tomorrow. 131 to 108. About the ass. Move on to the conference finals. Anthony Cherry says Mel Kiper said he was the best offensive lineman in the draft. I thought he was. Well, not best center in the draft. That's why I had him. He just seemed like a sure thing. Everything, he was solid. And then he just wasn't solid when he got here. Joseph says, I think our defense can be like Houston's. We will be the surprise of the NFL. Man, you know what I'm saying to that, Joe? When you really look at the Patriots last year and you look at the Patriots roster last year, not a bunch of names, second-year quarterback. They had Diggs, of course. Offensive line was all right, but that defense played with a lot of heart, and they were super physical. Again, a lot of no names on that squad. Just a team well built, well coached. They had Vrabel. I look at the Giants. You got Harbaugh. He's going to bring a physical style of football. Quarterback on the second year. You got some pieces. Offensive line is probably better than what the offensive line the Patriots had last year. Our defense, just with the names alone, should be better than what the Patriots had as far as the names, and we should be coached at that level. Not saying that we're going to do what the Patriots did, but I will say, why not? Why not? If that Patriots team can do that, the Patriots picked right behind us. They picked fourth, and they went to the Super Bowl last year. If Bo Nix played, they probably don't go to the Super Bowl. But Bo Nix was hurt, so then they beat Denver. But if that team with that roster can do what they did in the AFC, lighter league right now, obviously, a couple people missing. Ravens didn't make the playoffs. Chiefs didn't make the playoffs, and it should have been Josh Allen's year. But never mind that. If they can make that kind of impact, we should be able to make some noise. I'm not saying we're going to have the same ending as they did, which I would love to make it to a Super Bowl. But if that team and that roster can do it, I can't say that we can't do it. I won't say that we will do it, but I definitely say that we can't do it. Tyrone Hall says, sounds good. Q Burrows says, our secondary will tell the tale, or we might get our tail kicked. That's one way to look at it. If we can stop the run, that's the main thing. If we can stop the run and we can get these guys into third and long, and you get the third down, and that quarterback comes out to the line and he's looking at, Burns, Carter, Reese, Edmonds, you know what I mean? Thibodeau, Reader pushing the pocket, Darius Alexander possibly. If we can get after the quarterback, third and long, put these teams in third and long situations, the New York Giants can definitely make some noise, man. They definitely can. Anthony Cherry says, Big Dash, check out the highlight of Reese playing Ohio on what he did to that offensive lineman. He can stack and shed. He's running through. He's tossing people, man. And he don't even look like he's that big. Well, he does look like he's that big. But he 6'4", 240 pounds. That's a big dude. But he out here throwing 300 pounds away like it's nothing. And he's 20 years old. He only gonna get stronger. He might even get a little bit bigger. Pause. I wouldn't be surprised if Arvell Reese grew another inch and then gained another 10 pounds. And that's crazy. But it could happen. He says, believe and you will achieve. Okay. Listen, I got enough belief in me, man. This is around that time where I get a little bit delusional anyway, so you already know what it is. I have optimistic summers, and that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be optimistic till I can't be optimistic anymore. Shout out to my man Joe First. He hates it when I do that. So whatever. You already know. Is it little boy? Little boy. I don't think Luka wants to play with LeBron during these playoffs. Back-to-back injuries, shaking my head. Kobe won't let the playoffs pass him by regardless of injury. Now, that's a fact. It's a different type of monster. Different type of error. Different type of mindset. 100%. Kobe was a monster just the same way Jordan was a monster when it came to being competitive. They didn't want nobody out beating them at all. Nowadays, it's a little bit soft. Not even a little bit soft. It's a lot of bit soft. Pause. Stephen R says, hot take, Giants run defense will go from 31st to a top 10 to 15 unit. I like it. It makes sense. It's not far-fetched. Godson, what's going on? He said, what up, Big Dash? He says, previous regime was horrible at player development, so year 2 players regressed from their rookie year. True. JMS, Banks, Neal, Newman, and more may just need to be coached up and developed. I hope so. I hope it's about the coaching. And guess what? I wouldn't be surprised if it was the coaching. Could you imagine that? Could you imagine these guys taking steps? I would love it. What's going on, Giant Stomp? How you doing, man? Red Folk says the fans have hit the brakes a little. Or have to hit the brakes a little. Who am I to tell people how to drive? You can go full speed ahead. You can hit the brakes. You can be a Sunday driver. You can be in the left lane. You can be in the right lane. I can't tell you how to drive right now. Right now is the time where people can be optimistic or pessimistic. It's up to you. It's up to you how you want to feel. But I understand why you said that, though. Rev with the $5 super chat says, Dash, I agree with you. If the Patriots can do it, surely we can do it too. I'm telling you, the Patriots was trash, man. Just coached well. I don't even know. I can't even say that, right? Because they did make it to the Super Bowl, so they definitely weren't trash. But when you look at that roster, why can't we do that? Papa Joe says our secondary is going to be all right because their QBs will have to get rid of the ball with our pass rush. Now, absolutely. Trish says, yo, Dash, what up? This old line will be nasty next year. I hope so. I'm hoping so, man. Easy Cash is hot take. Giants defense will go from 31st to 87th. Oh, man. Let me know who your team is, man. Q Burrow Brother says, I think we're more optimistic than being delusional. As them sick. Oh, yeah. Tyrone says, I'm liking that outlook. I am too. Giant Stomp says, thoughts on Malachi Fields. I have a feeling he's going to be a big part of the offense for years to come, kind of like Darius Slate. Now, you missed the beginning of the show, I'm assuming. We talked about Malachi Fields and what his role could possibly be. His chances of being a wide receiver too at some point in the season. But now you're absolutely right. He has the capability or the ability to be a top contributor to this offense. And I'm hoping that he absolutely is all of that. Joe Star says, hot take, Giants get a wild card spot this season. That's fantastic. We're going to end it on that one. Joe Star. We're going to end it on that. Hot take, Giants get a wild card spot this season. We're going to end it on that, man. I like that. That's a great way to end the show. Again, not sure exactly if I'm going live for a reaction to the schedule. Stay tuned for that. If you guys have the notifications on, and have the bell tapped, then you guys will see if I go live. If I do that, maybe I do that, man. Thursday is Thursday. We'll see what happens. But yeah, man, I think we had a good show, man. Shout out to everybody for vibing still. 180 people in the building, made it all the way to the end. Salute to y'all for that. Again, if you are not subscribed to the channel, make sure you guys do that. And let's go Knicks, man. Tomorrow, let's go Knicks. Get the job done. Pull out the brooms tomorrow for the Knicks, man. Get them up out of here. Papa Joe with the $2 super chat at the end says, block easy cash 5539. Man, we like to troll sometimes. It's all right, man. We can deal with the troll. Sometimes I like to troll too. But if you get disrespectful, you already know what it is. We're going to have to get them up out of there. Q Burrow says, throwing up the Knicks colors. That's for sure. Knicks get to sweep tomorrow. Let's hope so. Bring out the brooms. And yeah, we're going to ride out on that one, man. But with that being said, I want to thank everybody for vibing with me. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And from one Giants fan to another, this is Big Dash Knows, Big Blue Nation. Let's go.